Motrolics.
Today I have some good news for those who are owners of GM's full-size pickup trucks, the Silverado and the Sierra. Specifically of those, the 2025 model year Silverado and Sierra. And why is that? Well, because there is a new software update. So let's take a look here. If we go to the home screen, which we are on now, then we go to settings. And you do this if you don't get the actual alert that pops up on the screen. You can do this instead. So you go to settings, then you go all the way to the bottom of that menu and go to updates. Then you go to check for updates, and here you will see important update GM N25250380. Now this update is, as this description says, it's for the 25 model year Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra, and it contains the following items. First and foremost, improvements to software performance, then fixes for audio system performance, improvements to connectivity for Bluetooth, fixes to help ensure successful software updates and notifications, fixes to address instances of inactive driver display, and finally improvements to functionality for USB and steering wheel controls. Now, like all of the other updates that I've seen come across these trucks so far, this update will take 15 minutes to install, during which time the truck will need to remain parked and turned off. It should also be noted that the radio during the install process or during the update process, the radio may stay on up to 5 minutes after you exit the vehicle. And this is expected behavior when an upgrade package is on board the vehicle. Do not service your vehicle during installation of the update. And as is typical, we have the option to either install the update now, to schedule the update for a future time, to remind me later, or simply to decline that update. So that's the update. That is GM N25250380. I am going to install this update here in just a few short minutes on my 2025 Sierra 1500 AT4. I do have to say that it does seem like this particular update, it's only for 25 model year vehicles. It is not for 24s, 23s, or 22s, which was the first model year, 2022 and a half. The interim model year was actually the very first year of the refresh for these trucks, where they gained the updated infotainment systems as well as the updated interiors. With that update, these trucks also got the Global B software and electrical architecture. And so that is what makes kind of all of these over-the-air software updates, including the one that we're talking about here. That's what makes all of this possible. Why, though, this update is only for 25 model year vehicles? Well, that remains to be seen. I'm working on finding that out right now, so stay tuned. One other thing I will say is that this update actually comes on the heels of two other updates, or at least one other update. There is one update that was made available roughly a month ago. That update was N25250520, and that update brought the active air circulation or recirculation feature to these trucks. And the second update wasn't so much an update to these trucks themselves, but that was something I reported on earlier this week, which was essentially an update to the iPhone that re-enabled wireless Apple CarPlay, not wired, that was never broken, but wireless Apple CarPlay that was broken by some kind of incompatibility between the software in the trucks that's running the infotainment system and the actual software that runs CarPlay off of the phones. So some update to the iPhones, to the iOS itself, is what fixed that. And that's something, like I said, that I reported on earlier this week. And that was not something that was common to every full-size GM truck, but it was something that impacted mine and my iPhone in my case. Now, if you want the latest about all things GM trucks, Silverado, Sierra, Colorado, and Canyon, and essentially everything else about General Motors, then be sure to visit gmauthority.com. There we have the latest news, the latest updates, the latest rumors, the latest spy shots, everything and anything there is to know and to report on about GM. Well, we do it at gmauthority.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Motrolix.